Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. You get a throw in. Kamavinga. Passing is crisp and sharp. That pass isn't the best. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So naturally you'll be bound to see him in the final third where he can get the very best out of his strengths.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And he cuts out the supply. In with the challenge. Looking for options for movement. There's the shot! In he goes again! Oh, he's hit the bar! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, I can tell you that the aluminium is still shaking after that, and we're talking fractions. That was a great try.
Now there's a fine ball. Rabiot. Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
I know it's still early, but...
Mbappe! Mendy. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. And here's Vinicius Junior, and he's managed to get free. Chance! Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Madrid presented with a golden opportunity here to get them off and running. Golden opportunity wasted.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Hernandez.
France clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Now it's Dembele. He's picked his way through. And that has been clubbed away. And he's only too happy to take that back. And it's Hernandez. And here's Dembele. And this is Rabiot. Kamavinga. It's a pretty loose pass. Rabiot. Traoré. It's Rabiot! Well, now it's a race for the... Oh, he's been caught napping! Kamavinga. Spread it left. This looks promising. He might be in. He takes a shot! He scored! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Madrid have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Saliba. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Camavinga. The pass is intercepted. Shifted it to the flank. Rudiger cuts out the pass. Tchouaméni. Now it's Mbappe. He's a sharp little ball here. No, again there's no way through.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Played into space out wide. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Dembele. Camavinga.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Camavinga. It's a really well measured ball. Now it's Mbappe. Mendy promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Mbappe. Rudiger is the guilty party there. Has a look and plays it forward. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Looking for the run. Oh, super ball. Vinicius Junior! Madrid with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Keeper's dealt with that. And he thumps it clear. Olise tries to pass it through. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Madrid are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Now it's Olise. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, right place, right time. Rudiger did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's shifting through the gears here. And again they run up. Chance, surely! They just took too long getting forward.
Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive, we know that, and that one never really got going.
Tchouaméni. Hernandez. And it's Camavinga.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now it's Mbappe. Tchouaméni opts for safety. Now Saliba. Back to the keeper it goes. Team still separated by the game's only goal. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Rabiot. Now it's Mbappe. Camavinga. No, that's been intercepted. Camavinga. Olise. That's really well manoeuvred. Played out to the left flank.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
It's Dembele! It's been shipped out wide.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Nicely aimed pass. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Nicely spread. Camavinga. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Pinches it off him. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Camavinga. Good chance here! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Hernandez stood up well to him there. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And here's Mbappe. That pass has been well intercepted. Half an hour gone in the second half. Dembele. And they've got a throw. And it's made its way to him. Mbappe. Not the most convincing of passes.
France really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Foot in. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that's a key interception. Still just that single goal, and we are nearly done. Turns back here, probably the best option. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Now that looks a decent ball. Olise. Can he get it through?
France really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
He is through here. Vinicius Junior is steaming forward.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now, can they get him away? That's a foul, no two ways about it. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Aimed beyond the defence, and he's in on goal. He's come in hard. And that will be the final act. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Valverde picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Oh, well played, well played. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Elise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside and
the finish! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Elise really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
France with the corner, they're first. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He is through here. Shapes the shot! There it is!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
That was a given, it always was.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So, a breakthrough already. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Mbappe. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward, and he's picked it up out wide, and he's onside. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Mbappe, and the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. It's just beyond his reach. Valverde. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Pass somewhat off target. He shifted it to the flank. Back into the middle. That is a brilliant interception. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And here's Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Elise. Koundé. Oh, that's fabulous. Can he finish? Alexander-Arnold gets rid without sophistication. Oh, good-looking ball. Little pass back. This might spell Mbappe! Same again, same outcome.
France really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Chouameni to Rabiot. And it's Camavinga. Elise gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. It's Camavinga. Chouameni did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Upamecano. And it's Hernandez. And it's Dembele. That's a throw.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now it's Mbappe. Rabiot. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. Dembele has it out wide and in space. He's got away. Great chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Camavinga aimed beyond the defence.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Chouameni. Bellingham. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, it's played into... Off he goes! Goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Madrid are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
And the second half gets underway. Saliba. That's Rabiot. Thuram. Great defending, strong and determined.
Thuram really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Played back in. Lovely ball and a real chance now. France needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Chouameni, it's a pretty loose pass. Lovely, now then. Camavinga, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Camavinga. This looks promising. Knocks it into space. Now the delivery. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared without complication. And it's Hernandez. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Valverde. Nicely weighted ball. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shoots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are cruising away. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Thuram, nicely spread. Mendy makes the interception. Camavinga. Can he get it through? Oh, cracking ball. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Looking for options for movement. And he's managed to get through. Shot a goal! Oh, that pass isn't the best. Olise. Shot, surely! Bellingham. And it's Camavinga. And that's put paid to a promising move. Short changes him with that pass. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Mbappe. Chance! Now how often do you see that?
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Well, poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Now it's Tura, now it's Olise. Koundé spots it and intercepts. Now it's Tura. That's a little off target. Looking for the run. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Thuram. Oh, good spread. Now it's Olise. And it's Rabiot. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Tries to play it through. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Chouameni has been sent off, just to confirm, it was a straight red.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
He's gone for goal! No, he's missed it.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Madrid are coasting towards victory. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. And now the breakaway. Hernandez could try cutting inside here. It's Dembele! Just too high. Rudiger. He won't be happy with that one. Olise. And here's Thuram. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He has found the way through. Nice control. Now it's Olise. He's found the way through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Dembele! Alexander-Arnold has created one goal already. And that's that. Madrid can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Mbappe taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Jr., in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball.
Bellingham! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bellingham clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, this looks sharp.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Camavinga. And it's Dembele. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Pass somewhat off target. That has ended up in no man's land. Now he's off and running. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Olise. Mendy kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Camavinga. Rudiger promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Bellingham. Rabiot. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Valverde absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And this is Dembele. Traumeri. He's going to be disappointed with that. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Great ball if he can get there. He's shifting through the gears here. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first? In he goes again! Well, now it's a race for the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Saliba, and it's been shipped out wide. The pass has gone astray, and the pass is intercepted. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe, not the most accurate pass. Vinicius Jr. That looks a cracking ball. So much time and space here. Upamecano calmly anticipates. That has not gone well. Camavinga. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. And he's surging through. Oh, what a stop! Had to be at his very best. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Camavinga. Camavinga. Oh, this is a terrific run. Oh, well played, well played. Elise. Camavinga. Well, that looks a decent ball. That has been slung wide. Mbappe. Camavinga. Mbappe. Camavinga wins the duel this time. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Olise. Referee's given a throw. He intercepts the throw. That's well read. Now it's Mbappe. And it's half-time here. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
And after 45 minutes it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. He's picked his way through, and the shot! He's scored!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
France are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Hernandez. France looking to pass their way through. Nicely weighted ball. Madrid still chasing a one-goal deficit here. That pass has been well intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Looking for the run. It's a pretty loose pass. And now they can clear their lines. Mendy. Opts for safety. Looking for a runner. Oh, Red, nice interception. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
And it's Rabiot. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Camavinga. He's through here. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Chouameni is there to clear. Bellingham. Oh, easy pickings there. Rabiot. Vinicius Junior is fouled. Decent hit and on target. Madrid have their second corner now. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Not the most accurate pass. Nicked it back promptly. Mbappe. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Madrid present their opponents with the best possible chance here. Courtois will have to save it here, or there's real trouble. And that's a poor penalty.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
And he cuts out the supply. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He won't be happy with that one. Rabiot. He's having a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Mbappe really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well.
No way through. Madrid are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Mignon claims comfortably. France are looking to go forward now. And it's Bellingham. Oh, it's a great ball. Big chance! They've scored! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Olise. Camavinga.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Habrá 4 minutos de descuento.
Hernandez into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. He can run onto that. Bellingham. No, that's been intercepted. Rabiot. Nicely spread. And here's Olise. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Koundé charging forward down that flank. Now it's Camavinga. Now this could be a chance. Chance for a shot! Oh yes, it's there! And that may just do it! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for... And the referee brings it to a close. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium. And I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, it's hard to look beyond this fella, Arda Güler. He's key on the right side. That's where he operates, that little channel, and he's brilliant if given a little more room. If he's shut down, then sometimes he can get a little frustrated, but if he gets that little bit of space, then a lot of damage can be done.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Camavinga. It's run loose here. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Knocks it into space. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's shifting through the gears here. Plenty to aim at here. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Mendy cuts out the pass. Now it's Güler. And he was quick to react. Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. We have the first dead ball situation of the game, promising one. That was travelling. Mbappe. And here's Dembele. Camavinga! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Alexander-Arnold played out to the left flank. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rabiot has given away a free kick.
That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
And that is as far as they're going to go. The other side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Koundé. Here's Tchouaméni. Camavinga. Olise. Camavinga did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Spread out to the left. Now it's Dembele. And it's Hernandez. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. France disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Well, there's the clearance. And they've got a throw. Driving on and making good progress. That is ended up in no man's land. Camavinga. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Mbappe. He's gone for goal! Mbappe is magnificent! A finish right from the top draw. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Mendy. Now it's Mbappe. Madrid have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. And he's managed to get free. Tries a shot! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, Lisa really showed what he brings to this side there. A fantastic effort, even if the defence seemed half asleep.
That has been cut short. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Mbappe. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's a pretty loose pass. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Rabiot. It's Rabiot! Back when it goes. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Over to the left. Played in deep. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Mbappe in acres of space out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. And a chance! Good effort. And it is right on half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Some first half thoughts?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Madrid, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. We're already back up and running after half-time. Madrid carrying a 1-goal lead. Bellingham gets a foot in here. Eder Militao. And it's Rudiger. Mendy. And that has left him in a heap. Little doubt, that is a foul. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Mbappe. Camavinga defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. And he's only too happy to take that back. Camavinga. Mbappe. And that should get the job done. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Just eases him off the ball. Rudiger. Tchouaméni. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Tchouaméni. Hops for safety. Eder Militao. Mendy. Rudiger. Eder Militao. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Dembele. He has found the way through. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Quarter of an hour into the second half.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
And he's let fly! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Bellingham. Couldn't squeeze it through. Dembele. Filling in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. He is through here. Madrid are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Tries to play it through. Picked out brilliantly. Mbappe! He scores! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Always onto this. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Engages and forces him off the ball. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Oh, perfectly measured that. Chouameni, nicely aimed pass. Spread it left. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Oh, that is a nice touch. Oh, important interception. Pass somewhat off target. He's tried one! Oh, should have put that away.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Chouameni. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now, can they get him away? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have...
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Now, this is interesting. He has already had his name taken once. Saliba has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a previous incident. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he thumps it clear. Dembele. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Camavinga. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get it through? And it's been played through. It's Dembele! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, another save.
Dembele, really can't believe it. Foiled by the keeper again.
Now it's Camavinga. And he's picked out the run. Gets his head on it! The whistle has gone and it is all over. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So naturally you'll be bound to see him in the final third, where he can get...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Eze! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Eze is offering a right smile there.
And here's Saka. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Vinicius Junior. Pops him off it and wins back the ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Madrid disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Valverde. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both.
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Mendy. Arsenal applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Vinicius Junior. Martinelli. Incapuyi. Hincapié stood his ground strongly. Ceballos. Oh, super find. And he's managed to get through it. And the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Well, we call that the slide rule pass. Time to absolute perfection. Quality ball.
And the pass is intercepted.
Pretty robust defending.
Zubimendi has been caught there. It's a foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Mbappe. That pass isn't the best. He can get that clear. Aimed beyond the defence. Valverde. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Great ball if he can get there. Big chance! Off the post. That's a lovely, neat pass. Half an hour played now. He's picked his way through. Alexander-Arnold calmly anticipates. And he's having a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Martinelli clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, he's been caught on it here. It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's really well cleared. Eder Militao. He has a look up. Tries to pass it through. Good ball, good take. Gabriel Bellingham. And the shot! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
This looks promising. It's a pretty loose pass.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And he welcomes it in. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, there's the clearance. Valverde. Not the most accurate pass. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's in plenty of space here. Valverde. Ball is over the line. And it's Valverde. Mendy. He won't be happy with that one. And he was quick to react. No way through. That's going to go a long way. Out of play for a throw. Oh no, what has happened here? Shin. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think we're seeing a very good example of what to do when you're a man light. Some of the covering play has been hugely impressive, and that owes a lot to focus and discipline, which have been top-notch, of course, since the sending off.
Madrid happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. So off we go once more.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up.
Great chance!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Great defending, strong and determined. That looks a cracking ball. He has found a way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Referee's given a throw. Saka could try cutting inside here. Saka drives it in. Oh, that was vital.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And the finish! They're back in possession and ready to go again. Zubimendi. Nice sequence of passes, this. Team still separated by the game's only goal. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, taken with style. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
But tries a shot! And that has been cleared. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. That is ended up in no man's land. Pass somewhat off target. Zubimendi. Looking to play him in. And he was alert to it. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the release.
Oh, what a mistake! Martinelli. Well, that's beautifully weighted. That's the keeper's ball. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. Knocks it into space. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
That has not gone well. That has been cut short. Now it's Rice. Now it's Mbappe. And he's been shifted off it. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Driving forward. Foot in. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And he's gone for goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? And it's Zubimendi. Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. No, that was never going to make it. Look at the space here, and the shots! And that's a real chance missed.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down as opposed to two.
Zubimendi picks it up from the goal kick, and he's lost his man here. Now, shot a goal! It's a goal! Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Saka. It's Saka.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's got the beating of his man. Bout of passing here, really shapes to shoot! And that's caused a worry or two.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Nicely spread. Now it's Mbappe. And that was nowhere near his best. I think we're just about done here. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Martinelli. This official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Eder Militao kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's heaved it away. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Vinicius Junior. And that is as far as it goes. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Bellingham voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Madrid may not have finished with 11, but they have shown terrific spirit, and they claim the win.
Well, that's what spirit...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And this is Dembele. Dembele! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's put paid to a promising move. It's a promising position. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And that has been cleared. Now it's Olise. And this is Dembele. And that has not gone well. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long...
And the shot! Goal! France! And France are in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
France have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
He won't be happy with that one. Chouameni. Played out to the right.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
France with the corner. They're first. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition...
Tries a shot! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Rabiot. France applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but, of course, the returns can be terrific. And here's Mbappe. Oh, it's come loose.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And the finish! Decent enough try. And he's taking no chances there. France are looking to go forward now. Rudiger. Pass somewhat off target. Eder Militao gets rid without sophistication. Dembele. Now that looks a decent ball. Back into the middle. Ended up in no man's land. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Vinicius Junior. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. And he's picked out the run. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's had it taken off him. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Camavinga. And here's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Well, they've got it again. Oh, super ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's intervened well there. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Good ball, good take. He's a sharp little ball here. Hernandez. Now then, the ball's come loose. Rabiot. Dembele. Rabiot. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And here's Elise. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. So, power or guile, what's it going to be? This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Decent hit from there. Madrid still behind thanks to that solitary strike.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That is a brilliant interception.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's Elise. He's picked his way through. Mbappe. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Camavinga.
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
It's Dembele! He's got away with one there.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Picked out brilliantly. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Serves up across. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well read, and the danger is averted. Shoots! No mistake! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he was quick to react. Not the most accurate pass. Nicked it back promptly. And it's Dembele.
Oh, great feat, that.
Mbappe receives it in a good position here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Eder Militao. Oh, what has happened here? He's in a great position here. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter.
Olise! Now, who's going to be first to this? Out to the left it goes. That's the throw. Rabiot. This might spell danger. Camavinga. Great ball and he's in. Olise! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Looking for the run. He's had it nicked away.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Chance! They've done it! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Madrid go into the lead.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Valverde receives it in a wide position.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Short changes him with that pass. Can he get on the end of this? Look at the space here. Can he finish? He scores! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
And now he has two. Madrid could not have picked a better time to snatch a two. And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Vinicius Junior claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, how will we look back on that?
What a game, what a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage, it was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things around. You get a purpose in your game and you go for it.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in Doué? And they've got rid.
Well, I think you've got to be full of guile and mischief to manufacture some menace in moments like that.
He won't be happy with that one. Kvaratskhelia. Looking for options for movement. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Safonov gets good distance on it. Tries from distance. France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Got nowhere to hide after that one. Goes for the shot! And again! Goal! France! The breakthrough strike! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Paris Saint-Germain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Spread out to the left. That's a shade optimistic. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's Vitinha. Nicely weighted. Shot at goal! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Pass somewhat off target. And that has left him in a heap. First quarter of an hour gone. Hakimi makes the interception.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He's picked his way through. There's the delivery. Camavinga. Well-timed, excellent interception. Back into the middle. He's in space and looking for options. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. He slid in and that has raised the temp. And the shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Tchouaméni with the clearance. Zabani.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And this is Rabiot. Mbappe goes for a shot! They've scored! And this is getting better and better. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
France are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Pacho kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Vitinha played out to the left flank. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Koundé gets over and intercepts. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Hakimi tries to pass it through. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Mbappe. It's a really well measured ball. He's shifting through the gears here. And they're quick. He's tried one! It's hit the uprights. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's in a great position here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Doué. Rabiot. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nice bit of trickery. Oh, well played. And that has been slung wide. And here's Mbappe. Zabani defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Just eases him off the ball. Hakimi spots it and intercepts. Can he get it through? He's got away. Picked out chance! And the ball's come loose here. And the first half is done. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Paris Saint-Germain certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Now it's Kvaratskhelia. He's a sharp little ball here. Pacho was in no mood for any of that. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's fabulous. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Vitinha. Now it's Doué. Looking for the run. Now that's well seen too. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Kvaratskhelia. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Kvaratskhelia was alert to the post. Takes the shot! He's got away with one there. Looking to play him in. Pinches it off him. Camavinga. And it's Zaire Emery. Barcola. Look at the space here.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us some
good effort from distance. That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. It's a good ball out wide. Almost an hour gone. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, nicely intercepted. Now that looks a decent ball. And that's another good win of the ball. Oh, good spread. Dembele. And this is the real chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Dembele has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro
Paris
7.
Saint-Germain can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Great vision. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain still have the cards to affect this game. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And the pass is intercepted. Threads one in. Now it's Olise. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that is as far as they're going to go.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Half an hour gone in the second half. And he cuts out the supply. Spread it left. And here's Dembele. It's a goal kick. Hakimi. Probing pass. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Can he spark a counter here? That is a great pick out. And he's been shifted off it.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Barcola's cross. And he's there to get it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. Nuno Mendes. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And he's away. And here's Rabiot. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Can he get onto this? Dembele thinks about the shot. Hakimi short changes him with that pass. Oh, this is a great position, and he shoots! And that may well be that. That is that. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Paris Saint-Germain desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.